Welcome to the Curious Room. Have you ever walked out of your house, locked the door, and then 2 minutes later wondered if you actually locked it? You probably had to walk back and check. And when you checked, the door was locked. You did it, but your mind was completely blank when you did it. You have no memory of turning the key. Your body simply did the work while your mind was thinking about something else. Has that ever happened to you? Or maybe you are driving home from work. You take the same route every single day. You pull into your driveway, turn off the car, and suddenly realize you do not remember the last 10 minutes of the drive. You did not crash. You stopped at the red lights. You made the correct turns, but you did it all on autopilot. These small, everyday moments are not signs that you are losing your memory. They are signs that your brain is working exactly as it should. Today we are going to talk about habits. Specifically, we are going to look at why habits form so easily. We will explore this in a very simple, calm, and clear way. There is no deep science to memorize here. There is just one simple idea, and once you understand this one main idea, you will start to notice it everywhere in your daily life. So let us begin. Think about your brain for a moment. Your brain is a wonderful, powerful thing, but it has a very big problem. Your brain takes up only about 2% of your body weight, yet it uses about 20% of your body's energy. It is an energy-hungry machine. Every time you think, every time you make a decision, every time you learn something new, your brain burns energy. Now, imagine if your brain had to think deeply about every single thing you do in a day. Imagine if you had to consciously think about how to tie your shoelaces every morning. You would have to think, okay, take the left lace, cross it over the right lace, pull it tight, make a loop. If you had to think like that for everything, your brain would run out of energy before breakfast. You would be exhausted. So your brain came up with a brilliant solution. It decided to be highly efficient. Or, to put it simply, your brain decided to be a little bit lazy. Your brain wants to save as much energy as possible. It wants to rest. It wants to keep its energy for big, important things, like solving a problem at work, or dealing with an emergency, or learning a new skill. To save this energy, the brain uses a very clever trick. When you do something over and over again, the brain takes notice. It says, we do this every day. I do not need to waste fresh energy thinking about this anymore. Let me put this action on autopilot. And that, right there, is the main idea. That is why habits form so easily. Your brain is simply trying to save energy. Let us look at a simple example from your morning routine. Think about making your morning tea or coffee. The very first time you ever made coffee in a new kitchen, it took effort. You had to search for the coffee powder. You had to find the right mug. You had to figure out how the stove or the coffee machine worked. You had to think about how much milk or sugar to add. Your brain was fully awake, paying attention to every step. It was burning energy. But what happened after a week? What happened after a month? You stopped thinking about it. Now, you wake up, walk into the kitchen, and your hands just do the work. You reach for the mug without looking. You pour the water perfectly. You add the exact right amount of coffee. Your mind is completely somewhere else. You are thinking about the weather, or your emails, or what you will wear today. The action of making coffee has become a habit. Your brain took a task that required high energy and turned it into a low-energy habit. Habits form easily because your brain loves these automatic programs. Your brain is always looking for patterns. It is always looking for a chance to stop thinking and start resting. Let us imagine your brain is like a dense, wild forest. The first time you walk through this forest, it is hard. You have to push branches out of the way. You have to step over rocks. You have to clear a path. This takes a lot of effort and energy. This is what it's like when you do something for the first time. But the next day, you walk the exact same path. It's a little bit easier. The branches are already pushed back. The rocks are moved. If you walk that same path every single day for a month, what happens? It becomes a clear dirt road. It is very easy to walk. You don't even have to look at your feet. And if you walk it for a year, it becomes a smooth, paved highway. You can drive fast on it without thinking at all. This is exactly what happens with your habits. Every time you repeat an action, you are walking down that path in your brain. The brain paves the road. It makes the connection stronger and faster. And because the brain wants to save energy, it will always choose the paved highway over the wild forest. It will always choose the habit over the new action. This explains why we form small, everyday habits so quickly. Have you ever noticed how you always sit in the same chair at the dining table? There are 4 chairs. They are all exactly the same. But if someone else sits in your chair, you feel a little bit strange. Why? Because sitting in that specific chair is your paved highway. Your brain does not want to waste energy choosing a new chair. It just wants to sit where it always sits. Have you noticed how you put your phone in the exact same pocket every time? Or how you wash your body in the exact same order in the shower? Maybe you always wash your left arm first, then your right. You never think about it. The brain loves this. The brain is saying, thank you for not making me think. Now here is a very interesting part of this idea. Your brain is very smart about saving energy, but it is not very smart about judging your habits. What do I mean by that? I mean your brain does not know the difference between a good habit and a bad habit. It only knows what is repeated. It only knows the paved highway. Let's say you come home from work. You feel a little stressed. You sit on the couch, and you immediately open a social media app on your phone. You scroll for 10 minutes. It gives you a tiny distraction. You feel a little better. The next day, you come home stressed. You sit on the couch. You open the app. You scroll. Very quickly, the brain notices this pattern. The brain says, I see what we do here. Couch, stress, phone, scroll. Got it. I will put this on autopilot. By the end of the week, you don't even realize you are doing it. You sit on the couch, and your hand automatically reaches into your pocket, pulls out the phone, unlocks the screen, and opens the app. You do it before you even have a conscious thought. It feels so easy. Why? Because the brain built a highway for it. The brain wants to save energy, so it made the action automatic. The brain does not care if spending an hour on the phone is bad for your eyes or bad for your sleep. The brain just cares that it is easy and takes zero mental effort. This is why bad habits form just as easily as good habits. The mechanism is exactly the same. The brain just wants to follow the path of least resistance. Think about eating a sweet snack after dinner. You have a piece of chocolate after your meal. It tastes good. You do it the next night. Soon, your brain connects the end of dinner with eating chocolate. After a few weeks, dinner ends and your body naturally craves the chocolate. You find yourself walking to the kitchen cupboard without even deciding to do it. The habit formed easily because the brain automated the sequence. Finish food, stand up, get chocolate, feel good. Do you see how simple this is? You do not form habits easily because you are lazy. You form habits easily because your brain is designed to be efficient. It is a survival tool. If our ancestors had to consciously think about every step they took, they would not have survived in the wild. We need habits to free up our mind to focus on the present moment, on new dangers, or on new opportunities. So, the next time you find yourself doing something on autopilot, like biting your nails when you are nervous, or complaining when you are tired, or checking your phone the second you wake up, do not be harsh on yourself. Do not think, why am I so weak? Why do I keep doing this? Instead, try to be curious. Try to look at it from the perspective of this simple idea. Say to yourself, look at my brain trying to save energy again. My brain has built a highway here. Just noticing the habit is the first step to changing it. When you notice the autopilot, you turn the conscious part of your brain back on. You step off the highway and back into the forest. You take back control. Let us think about another simple example. Have you ever tried to brush your teeth with your other hand? If you are right-handed, try brushing your teeth with your left hand tonight. It is incredibly frustrating. You will feel clumsy. You will probably hit your gums. It will take twice as long. Why is it so hard? Because you are forcing your brain to step off the smooth highway and walk into the wild forest. You are forcing your brain to burn energy. Your brain will resist this. It will scream at you, just use the right hand. It is so much easier. This is the exact feeling of trying to change a habit. It feels clumsy. It feels tiring. And it feels this way because your brain is actively having to burn new energy to create a new pathway. But knowing this makes it easier to accept. When you want to start reading a book before bed, instead of looking at your phone, it will feel hard for the first few days. Your brain will want the phone because the phone is the paved highway. The book is the wild forest. But remember, every time you choose the book, You are pushing the branches away. You are clearing the dirt road. Slowly, day by day, the book becomes the easier path. The brain says, okay, we read books now. I will automate this. And suddenly, reading the book becomes the easy habit. It's all about energy. The brain wants to save it. You just have to gently guide the brain on where to spend it. We spend so much of our lives on autopilot. We walk, we talk, we eat, and we react, often without thinking. This is not a flaw. It is a beautiful design. It is what allows you to daydream while walking. It is what allows you to listen to music while driving. Habits are the silent helpers that carry us through our days. They form easily because we are designed to adapt to our environment. We are designed to find the rhythm of our lives and let it flow smoothly. But we also have the beautiful ability to wake up. We have the ability to pause, take a breath, and look at the path we are walking. We can ask ourselves, do I want to keep walking down this highway, or is it time to build a new road? It will take a little energy. It will take a little conscious effort. But once you start building the new road, your efficient, wonderful brain will eventually take over and make it easy for you once again. So, as you go through the rest of your day today, just pay attention. Pay attention to the things you do without thinking. Notice how you tie your shoes. Notice how you hold your cup. Notice how you lock your door. Smile at these little moments. Smile at your brain's clever way of saving energy. That's all for today in the Curious Room. Be gentle with your thoughts and give their repair a new direction.